Shalom. Back out here another week. Oh, it's not even open, is it? Yeah, so yeah, to continue on, back out here another week, doing our Father's bidding, which He told us to do, our Father's work. And first and foremost, speaking of our Father, we'd like to give all praises to Him and His Son. All praises and glory to Yahweh,
Yahushua.
And we out here to prophesy and also teach the word of the Lord, to prophesy the downfall of His kingdom, which is right around the corner, and the upliftment of the nation of Israel, starting dealing with the elect. And that's what we're dealing with right now, as we've been dealing with all week strong. Okay, or previously, should I say. So that's what this is all about. Alright, so what I'm going to do is bring the scripture out, brother. Because we got to begin with the scriptures.
And it says, Deuteronomy 32 verse 1,
Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth.
Right.
My doctrine shall drop as the rain.
Right, that's a good precept to start with, brother. So yeah, I mean, we're the men of the Lord that's out here with this word, and according to the scriptures, you're supposed to hearken and hear these words. All right, and hear the doctrine of the Lord, because we're bringing to you the doctrine of the Lord. There's no other doctrine. There ain't no prosperity doctrine coming from this. There ain't no other doctrine but the Lord's doctrine. We're teaching the Bible in its purity. Okay, read that.
my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb,
Right.
and as the showers upon the grass.
Exactly. So, and that's happening already. What it means to distill, like for example, when there's distilled water coming from above, it covers the entire that environment that you're in. Okay, so this word is doing that. More likely so, because this word that we're bringing to you is pretty much covering the entire earth, and so much so that even these Edomites are getting hip to the idea and knowing that we are the real Jews that the Bible speaks about. Okay, although they're against the truth and they're supposed to be against the truth, but some of them agree with the truth. Alright, you have this one guy, which he might be a Jake. He teaches Babylon is America, which he's correct on that. Some old Christian guy that he was getting on before, but he's teaching that now. But the point of the matter is, you got certain Edomites or Jakes that look like Edomites that are coming to the conclusion of what we're saying is factual. And we've been saying these things for a long period of time, and we haven't changed anything based on what we've been saying. So the word of the Lord is definitely coming about as distilled water. All right. So read on, brother. If there's any more, then you can continue on. You know, in this word is making an impact on this planet. Not in a positive way, but more in a negative fashion, because in order for this society to keep going on, it has to be rooted by all necessary negativity. Okay, but when you have a remnant of positivity, it just disturbs everything which represents this empire, because this world, or this particular eon, or this age, when you understand it, it's all representing the wrong. Okay, this society is all the wrong, because you have the wrong people that are in power, bringing forth the wrong vibration. So when you're breaking the commandments of the Most High, and you're bringing forth lies and deceit all around the earth, that's sending a negative vibration. But this truth, which is a positive vibration, is having an effect on the planet, or this society as a whole. Go on, brother.
As the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass.
Yeah, so this truth is covering this whole entire planet. And this is why we're approaching the end, pursuant to Matthew 24. What did Howard Shah said? He said, when this gospel is taught all around the world, then shall the end come. And we're in that moment in time right now. We're in the end. Okay, we're in the end of the so-called white man ruling, and we're coming towards the beginning of our rulership, pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. So everything's happening as well as we've been reading, okay? the things that we've been reading about is being about. Go on, brother.
Yes. Get across Isaiah 40 verse 6. The voice said, cry. And he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, for the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass.
Right.
Grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever.
And that's in the book of Matthew 24. If you can get the precept on that, brother, where it speaks about how the earths and the heavens shall pass away, but my word will be forever. You get that precept. So what we're teaching here will always forever stand. Why? Because it's truth. You cannot do away with truth. Now you can cover the truth, you can lie, but it's only so long a lie can last for. But the truth will always remain. And the truth of the matter is as I'm going to say this, is that the so-called Negro that went on cargo slave ships is the real Jew. And that's just the truth of the entire planet. That's the best kept secret on the earth. Now those people over there in this rating line are not the Jews. That's a lie in itself. Go on, brother. That's just one thing I'm saying. Go on.
Matthew 24, verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass.
Right, so it says this generation shall not pass. Go on.
Till all these things be fulfilled.
Until all these things be fulfilled. So this life or this age or this eon will not pass away until all prophecies come into full effect. All right, and the judgment of the Lord, or should I say more better, the day of the Lord is going to come. Okay, and we're going to read to you what the day of the Lord is. Give me the book of Zephaniah 1 and 14. What you got there? And read Zephaniah 1 and 14. You know, every vision that was spoken by the prophets will come into effect in this lifetime.
This is Zephaniah 1 verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near.
Right, the great day of the Lord, it is near. Now, when you read the book of Ezekiel, I believe it is 12, it speaks about this proverb on how the day of the Lord prolongeth itself. In other words, oh, the end of it came in my time, so it ain't going to come in this time. That proverb is going to cease. Why? Because all of the different judgments that's written therein is going to come into play on this planet. Go on.
It is near and hasteth greatly.
Right, it is there and it hasteth greatly. So it's right around the corner. And right now, that scripture right there is taking place already because we're pretty much dead near the end. Okay, you see what's going on around the world. You have a lot of commotions going on, and wars are being brewed up. Like what they're doing right now, down there in Venezuela, they want to take down Maduro. They're doing the same thing that they tried to do with Bashar al-Assad. Take him out so they can set up another puppet to set up their own regime. All right, and I'm talking about America, but that's not happening. Everything's falling apart. Their plans are falling apart. And then you have this whole Brexit situation, which is definitely going to decline this society and in a more of a great fashion. Okay? And the truth be told, as we've always been talking about, this society is going right down, man. This society is going down. It ain't coming back up again. Don't ever think one iota whether you want to hear what I have to say or not. But it's just true. The truth of the matter is this society is going down. All right? And being that we're in the down stages of the system, it's going to get worse. Okay, this shit house called society, which is the revival of the ancient Roman Empire, is going the fuck down. And that's where it's going. Go on, brother.
It is near and hasteth greatly.
Right, it is near and it hasteth greatly. It's coming real fast. That's why it tells you in the book of 1 Peter, 2 Peter 3, where it speaks about how the day of the Lord suddenly comes as a thief in the night. Because this day is going to come when you least expect it. Go on, brother.
Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. that day is a day of wrath.
Right, that day is a day of wrath, and the mighty man is talking about those that the Lord has given might, the Lord that has given power. Okay, and that's talking about, again, those men that are actually rooted. They're the mighty men, so they're going to cry their ability. Why? Because their power structure is going to be shaken. It's going to be taken out, demolished, destroyed. Go on, brother.
A day of trouble and distress. A day of wasteness and desolation.
Right, a day of wasteness and desolation. In other words, the nuclear destruction, which will encompass this whole entire society. Just like World War II. When World War II was going about, was it just soldiers that died? No, it was regular civilians that also died too. So, being that they have the technology more so than they did back then, how much more deaths will occur if this third world nuclear war takes place? It's going to be major. Go on, bro. So, when we talk about the day of the Lord, when we talk about the things concerning these precepts and scriptures, these things are going to play out in full force, and you ain't going to be able to take it back. Okay? And the only way you'll be able to escape from the overriding overflow of judgment, which will then break loose, is that you take heed to these scriptures and hear what we have to say. Because we out here for our people, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. But if you don't take heed, then you've made the wrong decision. You're just going to have to burn. Okay, and that's just the fact. Pastor Charlie Porkchop ain't telling you this, because he's trying to get paid, he's trying to make his money, all right? But we're telling you this. Go on, brother. You know, we ain't in no down pub or in a club listening to some of those stupid ass rap music. We out here to tell you the real deal. Okay, because when it's all said and done, all of this pub and drinking and getting stupid out here, that's all gonna be passed away. That's all gonna be done away with. And you might be in that pub and you might just be destroyed in that fucking pub. Or in that fucking club. Go on, brother.
So they say a day of darkness and gloominess.
Right.
A day of clouds and thick darkness.
Right, a day of cloud and thick darkness. Meaning it's not going to be a good, great day. And I mean that in a positive way. It's going to be a great day of wrath and destruction. Alright, and that's exactly what a lot of you mother effers out here are going to realize. You're going to realize that when the Lord comes back as a so-called Negro, which is what he is, he's going to bring damage and he's coming with vengeance. It says in the scriptures that vengeance is burning his heart. Alright? And that's for you Christians out there that think that the Lord is all good. Yeah, he's good. Alright? But he's also bad too. When it's rightfully so. So what we're going to do, brother, get me that precept where it speaks about how the day of vengeance is in his heart. Because the Lord is coming with vengeance, man. The Lord ain't coming with peace on this side. Now, he will bring peace, but it's going to be war first. Because these devils got to be taken out of power before there is peace. There will never be peace if the so-called white man continues to do the earth. Because he's not a peaceful person. They don't do peace. If you check out their history, and you know what I'm talking about, old fella, you've been around more than I have. You know what I'm talking about. So don't give me that look. Okay, you're not about peace. You're about destruction. That's what you brought to the planet the minute you got into power. All right, you've enslaved people, you've pillaged people's lands, and you've done all that you could do. So don't look at me like I'm talking nonsense, man. Get out of here, bro. Go on.
Isaiah 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart.
And the reason why the Lord said this, the day of vengeance is in his heart, because the same people pierced him, put him on a cross. Okay? So what is he going to do back when he comes back? He's going to seek out those same spirits that pierced him. Give me that in the book of Revelation, the 1st chapter. Yeah, finish that.
For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Right, and the year of my redeemed is come. Because yeah, he's going to come to bring vengeance, but there's a balance. And the balance is going to be, he's going to deliver his people. Okay, the children of Israel, who are deemed as nobodies in this modern day Roman Empire. That's who's going to be redeemed. The word redeem, as I always like to say, means to buy back. So in order for you to be redeemed, first and foremost, you would have to been bought first, and then sold, and then brought again. You understand? So the Most High is going to pave the way for us to get back in His good graces again, by using the vessel, the begotten Son, Yahushua, to redeem him back, redeem us back to Him. Go on, brother.
What Revelation?
Yeah, 1. You know what it speaks about? All eyes shall see Him, even those that pierced Him. And it just makes all the sense in the world, because like I like to always say, which is factual and it's truthful, how is this society set up? How was it established? Was it established by goodwill, by righteousness? Or was it established by ill will? We all know the history. Okay, so what's done in the past will soon repeat in the future. Okay, whatever a man sowed, that shall he also reap. So if you establish a place by blood and violence, then it has to go out by violence. It just makes all the sense in the world. You can't establish a society by blood and all of a sudden everything's just going to be all peaceful all to the end of days. No, that's not going to happen, man. That shit ain't going to happen. Now, if you're spiritual, you're gonna see that makes sense. But if you're not spiritual, you're not gonna be able to make sense of that. You're gonna think everything's cool and all of that bullshit, but it's not. Okay, go on, brother.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him,
Right.
and they also which pierced him.
Right, and also they that which pierced him. So you're gonna have certain spirits out here that the Lord is gonna go and seek out, and He's gonna repay them vengeance to what they did to him back then. So there's no getting away from the drama, man, that you built for yourselves, Esau. There's no getting away. You can fly up to heaven and set up space stations. You can dig into the ground of the earth. Listen, man, the Most High sees you. The Lord is seeing everything, and being that the Lord is seeing everything, He's accounting everything that you're doing. Okay? Go on, brother.
And all kindreds on the earth shall wail because of him.
Right, because the way He's coming. He's not going to come in a vibration and bring a vibration of peace. He's going to come and bring the quite contrary. And this is the Lord speaking. This is the Bible we're reading. All right, this ain't no corny Quran that we're reading to you. Some old Roman Catholic, let me say that correct. Roman Catholic written book named the Quran. Reading the Bible here. All right, go on, brother.
Right. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending.
Right, that's what the word Alpha and Omega means. He's the beginning and the end. So so that's when the Lord comes back. He's going to bring the end of Esau and set up the nation of Israel. That's what He's coming to do. Go on, brother.
So, excuse me. Back in Isaiah 40 verse 8, the grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever.
Right, the word of our God shall stand forever. We read to you the word of our God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Okay, which made mankind and put spirits upon man and gave man wisdom and understanding. All right. So with that being the case, the Lord is going to pretty much show who's really running things, man. Who's really running things, because you thought that them soon time turkey neck wearing motherfuckers, you thought they was holding it down with the power structure. No, the Lord is going to show you who's really holding it down when it comes to power. All right, and then He's going to set His people up in that position, beginning with the elect, those that minister His word. Go on, brother.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 3. Reading on from middle of verse 2. As the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of Yahweh, ascribe ye greatness
and that's what you're
unto
supposed
our
to
God.
do. That's what the prophets did of old. They published the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's what they did. beginning with Yahweh. So first and foremost, in order for you to teach the scriptures, you gotta preach the name. Every GMS video you watch, what are you gonna hear brothers say? Yahweh Shah, or Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So as we're preaching the word, we're publishing his name. As what Moses did. Which Moses was indeed a man of the Lord. Go on, brother. Read that verse again to publish his name.
Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God.
Right, and ascribe ye greatness unto our God. So that's what this truth does. It ascribes you to greatness. You know, you go from being a nigga in the world to being a mama's boy, and then to ultimately being a man. Looking at greater and you know, more important things, man. Rather than you walking around out here like these asses out here, man. All confused and shit. All immature and shit. Okay? Go on, brother.
He is the rock. His work is perfect.
Right.
For all his ways are judgment, a God of truth,
right,
and without iniquity.
Right, and the God of truth and without iniquity. So if we ascribe to this doctrine that he has brought before us, then we'll be perfect in his eyes. And then if we're continuing in that kind of philosophy which he's given us, and we are exalted, guess what? Ultimately, the whole earth is going to be under that same vibration. Why? Because we're going to bring forth this wisdom and understanding. And it's all going to come through out of Zion, which we are Zion. Okay? We're not no Zionists. Okay? We represent Zion, which the word Zion in the Hebrew, from the Hebrew word Zion, which means monument. So we're a monumental people. That's the Lord, preordained us to be. So when you put a people that's in power that was given in law, statutes, commandments to bring forth life on the planet, that's what's going to be brought forth, life. Now, if you take another group of people, which are the quite contrary, this is the world you're going to get right here. Okay? And when you're in this world, what you're going to realize when you look at the bigger picture is that everything is wrong. Every single thing that represents this world is fucking wrong. That's what you realize. Alright? Go on, brother.
It says, reading verse 4, he is the rock.
Right?
Matthew 21, verse 42. Yahweh Shai saith unto them, did ye never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected,
right,
the same is become the head of the corner.
Right, the same is called the head of the corner because he was rejected of his his household and his nation as a whole. So that same man that was rejected, which was the begotten spirit, he's going to be above and beyond. It's like right now, we're not regarded in the eyes of our people, which that's all right. Because those same people that are not being regarded in this world, okay, because they have this truth, they're going to be exalted. As it says in the scriptures, abase them that are low, and abase them that is exalted, and bring those that are low that are exalted. Okay? So that's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to exalt those that are abased, and abase those that are exalted. Beginning with his elect, the prophets, those that go out in the highways and the byways and put in work, rather than being a keyboard warrior talking shit all the daggone time. Alright? And bringing forth your opinions when you really should be out here doing what we're doing. If you know about what we're doing and you agree with what we're doing, you need to come out here in the streets. Especially if you've been watching us for years. Go on, brother.
Say, this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Let me read that again. Did ye never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same as will come the head of the corner? This is the Lord's doing. Right,
this is the Lord's doing, to exalt who you call Jesus Christ above and beyond. Okay, and to exalt those that believe in him. Alright? The so-called black man, by the way. Go on, brother. The Lord ain't no faggoty looking, long hair wearing peon, man. The Lord is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Go on, brother. Just put that out there.
And it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, The kingdom of the Most High shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grant him to powder.
Exactly. So, in other words, if you disagree with this doctrine or this gospel which we're teaching, you're going to be grinded, man. Your whole doctrine, and you included, is going to be grinded. Okay, and even those that wanted decided to leave and do their own thing, if they're not corresponding in the right spirit, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be taken down when the Lord comes back, man. Because it's either you with the Lord or you against the Lord. I'd rather be with the Lord. Go on, brother.
Right. Read that Genesis. And whosoever shall fall in this stone shall be broken.
And a part of agreeing with this doctrine, agreeing with Yahushua, is knowing that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. And speaking of the RFID chip, I want to read this article here. And it says, dystopia, companies are starting to microchip their workers more often.
See that again?
I don't want to repeat it, brother. I'll just read it through. It says, like something straight out of a dystopian nightmare, companies are getting ready to RFID microchip their employees. A number of UK legal and financial firms are discussing RFID microchips with manufacturers to implant within employees. Let me read this again. It says, a number of UK legal and financial firms are discussing RFID microchips with manufacturers to implant within employees. And as I've just read, these are major corporate companies. These are not little small businesses. These are major corporate companies. So as I've been saying for years, what they're going to do, they're going to mandate it. But they don't really have to mandate it or declare a mandation of it. All they got to do, all of the technology that you use or that you have to use, whether it's your computer or whether it's your phone, okay, or any kind of tech that you use, they can set it up to where you have to use the biometrical system. In other words, the biometrical system, in order for you to function with the biometric, is by using the RFID chip. All right, so they can do it. They can just do it like that. If you have, if you want to work, you got to get a chip. So everything's coming together. The mark of the beast. Like you got some guys that are like, I don't really agree with the chip being the mark of the beast. Well, you don't even know anything, man. You have no clue what the hell is going on. You don't even have a clue to who you are or what your purpose is here on earth. Matter of fact, I'll do one better. You don't even understand how the earth freaking works. So why should we care what you think it is? Go on, brother.
Revelations 18, verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles. Verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness.
Right, and that's talking about America, because that's how America was made rich, or made the nations rich because of their great goods that they've sold to America. Like when you look at those cargo ships that hold all of those resources that goes to America, that's the nations selling their goods and becoming rich of that. And them nations, when America's destroyed, they're going to remember how good they had between America and themselves. That's what it says in the scripture right here. Go on, brother.
For in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Right, in 1 hour she made desolate. So it took what? Several centuries to build America to what it is, and it's only going to take less than an hour to destroy it. For the Lord to destroy it. Okay, so now what we could do, brother, give me the book of Revelations 13. We're gonna deal with this mark of the beast situation. That's the last prophecy of Amorah. The main prophecy that's going to set everything apart is that chip. Go on, brother. And I don't care if we sound like a broken record. We're going to keep talking about the chip being the mark of the beast. Go on, brother. If you don't like the head, then just don't watch this. Go on, brother.
Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, so here it is, right? I'm going to be some more on this. It says, while it may be for security reasons, the decision to chip other human beings is nothing short of horrific. This isn't small or medium-sized companies seeking out chips. Either one prospective client, which cannot be named, is a major financial service firm with hundreds of thousands of employees. And it says, hackers also have no problems breaking into RFID chips and cloning them. In fact, it is shockingly easy for a proper hacker to pose as you and to crypt secure locations, because they're saying, well, if you have the chip, then it'll be difficult for you to, decrypt your chip or hack into your your data. But you have people that hack into computers. So if you have people that can hack into computers, then the same way you can hack into your data on your chip, your microchip. Okay? But the reason why the powers that be are getting this prepared is because this is something that they want. Like I would like to revert back to the whole interview between Aaron Russo and Alex Jones. Right, Aaron Russo and Nick Rockefeller. It's locked in. So Aaron Russo, he went and interviewed with Alex Jones, and he spoke about what Nick Rockefeller was telling him. And what he told him is that we want the people to be chipped. That's the main goal, is that we want people to be chipped. So if these different major corporate companies that people have to depend on or work for, if they're talking about microchipping human beings, then we're pretty much here. The mark of the beast system, or the biometric system, is already here. So what that entails and what that means to us is that this society is going to be destroyed. Right? You're not going to see your grandchildren get older and all of this nonsense. All right? That's not going to happen. Okay? The difference between us and you is we're dealing with reality. And the reality of the matter is that the Lord is in control of everything, and He's fulfilling His word. Okay? So if you don't want to agree with that, then have a nice day. If that makes you sleep good at night, oh well. Okay? But just because it makes you sleep good at night, don't mean that the Lord, His words is going to go out without fail. Okay? Go on, brother.
So here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Right.
For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 636.
Right, and that's talking about the barcode, because when you look at the barcode, you have these long lines, and below those long lines, there's 3 numbers missing. Now the 3 numbers that's missing, there's secretive numbers that are supposed to be below that barcode, and those secret numbers are 666. Those are the cryptid numbers you don't see. Okay, but in order for your goods to be scanned, it has to have that crypt, those hidden numbers, which is 666. Okay, and that's what's gonna be on your chip. Your chip is gonna have a barcode in it. Because they set up the biometrical system, the beast system, which is what I call it. And that's the mark of the beast prophecy. And once that prophecy comes into effect, then we can look forward in a short period of time, those missiles are going to start falling from the sky like brimstones. As the scripture says, all things, this generation will not pass until all things be fulfilled, and the mark of the beast prophecy will be fulfilled.